Yeah, I caught you there. I know you wanted that to continue, right? But we need to go to the show immediately.
This is Beyond Entertainment. Woohoo! Keep watching Beyond Entertainment Show with PBO. Woohoo!
And this is Beyond Entertainment.
Oh yes, you're welcome to Beyond Entertainment Show with PVO. You know what? I am so excited today because we have in the house a very special guest. If you will recall, some time ago, I promised that I will be bringing in some of the crew members that shot the great movie ABEJOYE. And we have number one in the house, and that is Joshua Mike Bamiloye, J. Mikey himself, and today is in the house as our special guest in Beyond Entertainment Show with PVO. And you know what? He's got a lot of stories to tell us, the stories behind the movie. You want to hear that, I am sure. All right, J. Mikey, you are welcome to Beyond Entertainment Show with PVO. Many of our listeners have been waiting for you for some days now. Can you just introduce yourself and tell us exactly your duty, the role that you played in that great movie, ABEJOYE?
Hello everyone, my name is Joshua Mike Bamiloye, aka J. Mikey, and I was the supervising editor of the movie ABEJOYE. I was also in charge of the background music and sound effects and theme music of the movie. Okay, the role of a supervising editor, because some people usually hear, or they read the end credits and they see supervising editor and they don't know what it means. What it means is the movie in the first draft after the shooting or during the shooting is usually compiled together, it's usually put together by the editor, which was Ruth ABEJOYE in this case. So it's put together in a raw form, and then after that it's brought to my desk for the fine-tuning and the finalizing. So my position is to adjust, correct, shift, drag, drop, and so on and so forth. And then we begin to put the visual effects, and then we begin to put the music. So that's what my desk is basically all about. So that's how it has been for episode, I think 2, 3, 4. Season 2, 3, 4. Season 1, I think we had to edit it from scratch. I don't remember again. That was about 4 years ago. So that's what the supervising editor does, and that's what I did.
Àbí ọlá ojú rẹ méjèèjì ilẹ̀ kedere lọ́sírí.
Àtìgbà tẹ́ ẹ ti ní mọ lọ síta kí n lọ mọ sọ́nà ibẹ̀ náà mo wá àmọ́ lọ́gọ́ tí mo rí lọ́ọ̀kan ni mo ní kí n wá sọ fún yín.
Kí ni ká ṣe báyìí? Kábíyèsí, ẹgbẹ́ á tètè ránṣẹ́ sáwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ kí wọ́n lọ dá a dúró kó tó wọnú ààfin wa, kò gbọ́dọ̀ wọnú ààfin wa.
Kò gbọ́dọ̀.
Àdúró ni àdúgbò tí ẹ lé lọ.
Ó máa wọ ààfin kó ṣáà ní síbì kan.
Kàbíyèsí ìwọ ẹ̀yin àti
kò má wọlé.
Kí sàṣì ó padà lọ́sọ̀dọ̀ àṣàṣì, kéèpé ó padà lọ́sọ̀dọ̀ elépè, bọ́ gẹ̀dẹ̀ bá káwọ́ rẹ̀ méjèèjì sókè, ara rẹ̀ ni ó fi nà. Ẹni bá kọ́kọ́ fògùsọ̀ dáná ní ó kọ́kọ́ fojú kéèfín. Gbogbo àṣàṣì àti èpè rẹ̀ kò lè rán ẹ̀mí òjògẹ́ ajíṣebítí. Gbéra lẹ̀.
ABEJOYE has become this world that has existed among us for so long. It would have been the most challenging aspect of laying ABEJOYE were the first few seasons where it was a new world, and then you had to receive fresh inspiration because it's a new world, it's a new terrain. But by the time we are getting to season 2, season 3, season 4, we have already established it's a world that is already established. So the only things that were now extra challenging was getting a new theme music for each season, and then probably the visual effects. Maybe we'll come back to visual effects. So for season 4, we are already used to. In fact, by season 4, the audience can even score the movie because they know that for this kind of scene, this is probably the kind of music that would apply because they've heard it from time, so it wasn't as challenging anymore. That was season 4. The only thing that was the heaviest task was coming up with the music, both the music for the opening credit and the end credit, and then the final music. So for the opening credit song, which was Erujeje, that was composed by our dear brother Joshua Israel. And what came about this music was in season 1, part 2, ABEJOYE sang that song. He sang it to the pastor when the pastor was preaching to him. Erujeje bimo o,
Erujeje bimo o, Erujeje somonu, Erujeje fimo naka o, Erujeje somonu bioko, Erujeje somonu abajo.
So after singing that song, Brother Joshua Israel heard the song, and I believe he was inspired, and he expanded the verses of that song. So he gave the song verses, and he met his keyboardist in church, and they put together something, and they sent it to Daddy. So Daddy really liked it, and Daddy sent it to me and asked that we should do something about it. So I was asking Daddy, okay, what idea does he have? What would he like us to do about this? So Daddy just said, it's up to me. Okay, so I said, okay, what will probably happen is I would reproduce it, because the beat that was done by the keyboardist was kind of different from what we are dealing with in terms of ABEJOYE and the heaviness of ABEJOYE. So I said I'll produce it, and then we would invite him to the studio to sing. And that was when I took a picture and posted it, and I said that we should watch out for the theme music for ABEJOYE. So he came one day from Lagos, straight up. I had produced the beat already. He came, sang the song in like 2-3 hours, and then we're done, and he went back. So the rest was just to add the chants and the shouting and everything that was done on the ground. But the major recording was done in about 2-3 hours.
Wow, God bless our brother that is behind that voice of Erujeje Fimo Laka Laka. I hope we will get him from Lagos one of these days to interview him as well. God bless you, brother.
Then the end credit song. For the end credit song, because of the time frame that we had, by the end of episode 3, by the time episode 3 premiered on YouTube, there was no theme song for the last scene of episode 4 yet. So I had a very little time to finalize the editing and then do the music. So the wisdom came to simply use the theme song for season 3, which was Wonder, Kill and Follow Rupe. But this time it wasn't that sober, because in season 3 he was leaving the US and saying bye-bye. So there was this sober feeling that came with it. for this one, it was a happy feeling that everybody in Ajibogun had given their lives to Christ. So how do we do it? So we changed the beat from the sober Kill and Follow Rukwe to a more exciting Kill and Follow Rukwe. The question was, how do we change the music to something sober, as the ending of season 3 suggested, to something more exciting in season 4. So how do that? We changed up the beat, we added a guitar loop to it, and it was very beautiful. So that was how the end credits, the end music, different from the theme music, was achieved. Season 4 special effects of ABEJOYE. There weren't as many visual effects in season 4 as season 3. Season 3 was the peak to me of visual effects, because that was when we had to have a cane that was dancing around. That was where there was a statue that was frowning and breathing.
Close the lens. Close gbogbo àgbẹ̀pá rẹ̀ àtàyájọ́ tó ń sọ lẹ́nu kó paramọ́ nínú lórúkọ Jésù. Alufeno lega. Lele. Lega. Alufeno lega. Ibo. Ah. Ibo. Agbero lórúkọ Jésù. Agbero ni Mósè gbé ọ̀pá ọwọ́ rẹ̀ lókùn pupa. Agbero lórúkọ Jésù. Alufeno lega. Wo ìwọ sì gidi yìí. Mo pàṣẹ fún ọ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run o. Ọlọ́run sọ wípé Olúwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ mi àti ìgbàlà mi, ta lèmi yóò bẹ̀rù.
Season 4 was special in terms of visuals, and kudos to Dami and his team for achieving that on set. So the only thing I did was just to augment, and season 4 was shot with a different camera from season 3. So season 4 had the elements and the color of season 4 was beautiful. So there wasn't even really much. It was just removing a few things here and there, some things that needed to disappear on set, some things that needed to come on set, flipping the image, and then the most complex, in quotes, of season 4 was where the demon that wanted to beat the lady, King King, when King King came on set, appearing and disappearing. It was very simple. I think season 4 was more of the aesthetics of the shots, the lighting of the shots. Season 3 had the peak of the visual effects.
Ẹgbà òní apá òsì rẹ̀ kì yóò súnmọ́ ọ̀dọ̀ rẹ̀ kìkì ojú ẹ̀ ni wọ́n fi máa rí èrè àwọn ènìyàn búburú ní orúkọ Jésù o.
Regebodo yenda legebodo regebodo yenda lagabodo yende legebo ragagabodo yenda legebodo yende legebo regedegegebodo yenda regebodo yenda legedegebodo yende legebo regebo yenda yagabodo yenda yagabo regebodo ye reinda baba yegebo ragabodo yenda legedegebodo yenda yagabo inda legebodo yende legedegebodo yenda lagabo regebodo yenda legebodo yende legede oh ragabodo yenda legebodo yenda.
They slap. If we had released it the way it was shot, everybody would know that this slap wasn't real. But our own job was to make it look more realistic. And how did we do that? A lot of the job was done on set already by the cameraman. If we noticed, the DOP didn't stay side view. If DOP had stayed side view of the subject, then you would see that the hand didn't actually meet the face. But he stayed at at a back view of the person who was slapping, so it will give you the illusion that the hand is hitting the face. That's number one. Then number two was the speed. On set, the speed was really slow. It was just but then post-production, you speed up the fall and make it really fast. So that way your brain fills up every gap that should be there to believe that he was hit. And then number three, the sound. Because, if you don't hear anything and you see head moving, your brain will believe nothing actually happened. But when you get something hard accompanying the swinging of the hand, you will believe that, that must have been a very terrible hit. So.
Ọ̀gán wo? Èmi kọ́ ni mo pa bàbá rẹ̀.
Ìtú sọ̀rọ̀!
The opening montage is very similar to the previous ones. We just make sure we change up the color a little. This part 4 had a like a fiery thing coming from the bass, and I think that was part of what inspired. I don't know which one inspired which. If the music inspired the visual or the visual inspired the music, to have the chant at the beginning before we begin to see the faces of the character. So as the faces are coming up, the chorus is starting. So the chant introduces Manzama Films production in collaboration with Flaming Sword, not the montage of the ministry, but the writing. So that writing alone, and then you are hearing some choir-like chords, and then the chant comes in. It gives a chilling feeling that something, what's that in English? Mystical is coming, or something mystical wants to emerge. So I think that was the inspiration. And then the thunder on the opening montage was Daddy's idea. ABEJOYE, there's something about ABEJOYE and such that when you're watching it, you don't really feel the change in scenes. You rather feel like everything is flowing together, and that's part of what we do in the second draft editing, such that as one scene is ending, it doesn't feel like everything about that scene is ending. Rather, it feels like it's flowing into the next scene. And part of how we do that is in sound, especially like when Kinkin was beating the drum, and after she had finished calling ABEJOYE back home, and she beat the drums, and then we now cut to the next scene. The sound changed on the last hit, so it was bam bam ba ba. So that ba led to the next scene. So that way you feel like she's beating you into, like she's beating your visuals into the next scene, rather than just bam bam and then it cuts and then the next scene starts. So it's rather bam ba. So she's the one opening, or let me say pushing you into the next. It's a sound thing. I really don't know how to fully explain. But things like that. And there are other clips like that where music, the actual audio or the actual track is ending with the scene. Such things help your mind to flow into the next scene. Those are the little things that we pay attention to when dealing with ABEJOYE, especially because of the kind of movie that it is.
Modern entertainment.
Concerning the different DOPs that we had, the US DOP was Uncle Kenny, that's Kendi Ajetumobi. The Nigerian DOP was Joshua Mike Bamiloye. So there were some people might not even notice that it was two different DOPs, and I think that was just the grace of God. You know, sometimes in drama ministry, when we do our best to the best that we can do it to, God has a way of taking over and covering some things that you cannot do. There was no way. I mean, it's only those who are among us that might know that, okay, this is how Dami shoots, so this is not. But the general audience wouldn't know, and I believe that was just the grace of God. And also, Uncle Kenny, I like calling him Uncle Kenny, I think he has been around us from season 1, season 2, and season 3. So I think he must have absorbed how Dami likes to create his own feel, the camera feel, and also how he likes to shoot certain things. And so he must have done that. He did a very amazing job. In fact, when we first shot the rushes, because this was the first time that we would actually do that kind of a thing. Normally, we would shoot in US and then we'll shoot in Nigeria. But when they were sending the rushes, I was a little bit scared that, by the time we're editing this thing together, won't it be like a different feel, one feel, and then the feel is changed. So people will be like, something is off about. But by the time I watched the rushes through, I was just like, this is just the grace of God, though. In fact, this is just the grace of God. So it was just the grace of God. I think Dami would maybe have more to say about that aspect. And part of what we also did in post-production was, for some of the scenes, because the cameras were different, Blackmagic, Nigeria, 5D Mark IV, most likely in US, the tone was going to be different. So we had to, for areas where we needed to drop saturation, we dropped it. For areas where we needed to push it, we pushed it. But at the same time, we didn't pay too much attention to it because the locations are actually different. So if the color feel is different, it is still justifiable because you are shooting we're talking about 2 different parts of the world. So you don't expect the color to be exactly the same. So we didn't put too much into it, but we stepped down what needed to be stepped down sometimes and brought up what needed to be brought up sometimes.
What a story. What a story behind the movie. You will agree with me that gospel movie makers are doing wonderful works. May the Lord bless all the cast and the crew members of ABEJOYE the movie. May the Lord reward you abundantly because these movies has blessed several millions of people all around the world. And some days ago, I just saw on YouTube that ABEJOYE Season 4 Episode 1 has reached 1 million views. That is massive, to say the least. And you know what? To God alone be the glory, because great things he has done. Hallelujah. We thank God for what they are doing. Please keep praying for gospel movie makers. Keep praying for all of us. Keep praying for all of us. Honestly, no other time than now that we need your prayer. And well, if the Lord is laying in your heart to support Beyond Entertainment Show and some other productions that are coming from us, please, you are free to do so. And on our account details is what you are seeing on your screen. Thank you very much. Keep watching Beyond Entertainment Show with PVO until I come your way again with another guest that will be telling us some of the stories that are behind the movies. I assure you, the Bent crew is going everywhere to harvest the stories behind the movies. Thank you, and may the Lord bless you in the name of Jesus. Keep watching Beyond Entertainment Show with PVO and keep recommending it to others. Don't forget to click the like buttons.
Hi everyone, my name is Joshua Mike Bamiloye, aka J Mikey, and we are watching Beyond Entertainment Show with PVO.
And of course, subscribe if you have not, and don't forget to click on the notification button so that you get to know when other shows and movies are dropping. God bless you. See you again next time. Peace.
Modern entertainment, beyond the applause of men, we seek for something valuable, and that is the soul of man, yeah. And that is the soul of man. Men and women sold out for God, and this is beyond entertainment, and this is beyond
Keep watching Beyond Entertainment Show with PVO.